Adverbs, pages 97 to 100. Let's take a look at the directions together first. Adverbs tell more about verbs. It's sort of in their name, that verb. Remember, the verb is the action. Okay? So they're going to explain, adverbs that is, are going to explain how, when, or where actions happen. Many adverbs tell that how in ly. Not all of them though. A lot of them are ly endings, but not all of them. They can appear in the sentence before or after the verbs they describe. Let's look at examples. Cowboys rode expertly. So here we see, here's the verb. Expertly is the adverb. It tells how the cowboy rode. They worked hard. Hard is the adverb. Worked is the verb. So if you read the sentences and look through them, you find the action, and then you find the word that gives more information. They seldom slept past daybreak. Well, slept is the verb. Seldom tells when they slept. Now, this when part can be a little tricky. Seldom means rarely. It doesn't necessarily mean the date. It doesn't necessarily mean the time when you're looking at that when. Think of the word that's describing the verb. They always took care of their horses. Well, took care is the verb. How? When? Always. Always is the adverb. A cowtown existed here. Okay? A cowtown existed. Existed is the verb. Here tells us where. This here part, this is the adverb. Cowboys visited there for entertainment. Visited is the verb. There is the adverb. Okay? So adverbs can also describe an adjective or another adverb. Here are two examples. A ghost town seems rather spooky to me. Rather spooky. And I very rarely go to such places. Well, these are both adverbs. Very describes rarely. Rarely describes go. Tricky. You can find them. Then, if you think about last week, we talked about comparative and superlatives. So we know that comparative is comparing two things, and superlative is three or more. All right? So here are two examples. Comparative. The stagecoach rolled more slowly going up the mountain than going down. Well, obviously, going down, you'd go a lot faster. So let's look again. Rolled is the verb. More slowly is the comparative adverb. It has that more in there. Superlative. When they were fresh, the horses pulled most quickly of all. Well, pulled is the verb. Here's the superlative adverb, most quickly. And then, English, we always have tricksters or things that change spellings because that's how we roll. Let's see, adverb is well, but we don't say weller or wellest. We say better or best. This adverb badly, we don't say badlier or badliest. That sounds funny. We would say worse or worst. So you have to think about the ones that change their spelling as well. Okay, now let's get to this part. Let's try it out and look at some answers. Underline the adverb or adverbs in each sentence. Circle the word that each adverb tells more about. Well, in these examples, they're going to be verbs, so we're going to use the two different colors again. Pioneer women bravely risked their lives. Risked is the verb. How did they do it? Bravely. Number 2, they worked tirelessly to feed and clothe their families. Well, worked is our verb. Tirelessly is our adverb. Number 3, they seldom shopped at a store. Shopped. That would be a verb. How, when, seldom. Not very often. Guys get it? I think you do. Let's look at these right here. Underline the correct adverb in parentheses to complete the sentence. we can point proudly, more proudly, at the staying power of pioneers. Well, I hope that you underlined proudly. Number 7, we'll do another example. They lived with hardship better, more better than I would have. Well, there's that spelling again. Better. You guys get those too? All right, then you're going to turn your page over with that magic flip. And these directions say, write an adverb on the line to make each sentence more lively and colorful. So I'm looking for fun adverbs here. This piece, we're going to cross out. You can if you want to, but you don't need to do it. Mark the letter of each word that is an adverb in the sentence. All right, number 1. Pete sometimes pretends he's a strong, silent cowboy. Well, I know that pretends is the verb, and I know that sometimes describes pretends, so A is the adverb. Okay, same thing down here. Mark the letter of the correct answer. You guys got it? Then here is where you want to think about those spellings and think about those words that would change spelling and think about which ones, remember if you have comparative, you might need to add more. Superlative, you might need to add most. Might, okay? And then again, underline the adverb, circle the word or words that each adverb tells about. Usually it's the verb. The man looked extremely nervous. All right, well, let's have a peek at that. Looked extremely nervous. So we are going to circle nervous, underline extremely. Okay, here's another example. He waited impatiently for the stage. Well, in this sentence, we have the verb waited. Impatiently describes how he waited. Got it? Pretty cool. Remember to photograph your work when you're done and post those to the assignment. Have fun with adverbs.